Welcome to Cook and Impress, where culinary magic meets global flavors. Whoa! This is going to be one tasty adventure. Our mission, to explore, create, and share the world's most exciting flavors. From chopping to garnishing, we'll master it all. And I've got a few tricks up my sleeve. Join me as we travel the globe, one dish at a time. Ready to cook and impress? Subscribe now.
Broth is very important in Italian cooking. We use it in many dishes. It adds flavor to risottos. It is the base for our hearty soups. Without good broth, many Italian dishes are not complete. Broth is like a warm hug. It reminds us of home and family. My nonna always said, a good broth can cure anything. It is true, a simple broth can be comforting when you are sick, but it can also elevate everyday meals. Making broth is easy. We start with simple ingredients. We need meat, bones, and vegetables. The best meat for broth is beef, chicken, or veal. Ask your butcher for bones. They add so much flavor. Soup greens are important. We use carrots, celery, and onions. They add sweetness and depth to the broth. Sometimes I add a little parsley too. First, put the meat and bones in a large pot. Cover them with cold water. Bring the water to a boil, then turn the heat down low. Let it simmer for several hours. This is important for flavor. Skim off any foam that rises to the top. Add the soup greens during the last hour of cooking. A little secret, add a teaspoon of sugar. This gives the broth a beautiful brown color. My nonna's recipe for brodo di salute is special. It is a restorative broth. Use a whole chicken, carrots, celery, and a small onion. Simmer for hours until the chicken is falling off the bone. Remove the chicken and shred the meat. Serve the broth with the shredded chicken, pastina, tiny pasta, and grated Parmesan cheese. It's the perfect meal when you are feeling under the weather. You can use this broth for so many things. Make risotto, soup, or even cook your pasta in it. Once you start making your own broth, you will never go back.
Welcome to our brodo. Buon appetito.
Hello friends, today we make a da zuppa di fagioli, a yummy Italian bean soup. Let's begin. We start with 1 cup of dried beans, navy, kidney or lima. Soak them overnight in lots of water. This makes them soft and good. In the morning, drain and rinse the beans. Put them in a pot with fresh cold water and a tiny bit of baking soda. Boil it, then throw away the water. This makes the beans soft and not bitter. Now, for the fun part. Cut up a little bit of onion, 1 piece of garlic and some parsley and celery. In a pan, heat a little olive oil. Put in the veggies and cook until they are golden brown. Add lots of salt and pepper. Next, add 2 cups of the bean water to the pan with 1 cup of tomatoes, fresh or canned, whatever you like. Let it bubble and smell good. Pour this tomato veggie mix back into the pot with the beans. If it's too watery, take out some liquid. We want a thick, yummy soup. And there you go. Serve your zuppa di fagioli with crunchy croutons or dry toast. This simple soup, called minestra di magro, is good for quiet meals. Each bite is like a story of Italy. Enjoy!
Hey everyone, and welcome to my kitchen. Imagine the warm sun on your face. Can you smell that? Garlic sizzling in olive oil. It's like music for your nose. Today we're making a classic Italian dish, fish in brodetto. It's super easy and seriously tasty. We're not using any fancy tricks or tons of ingredients. It's all about fresh, seasonal food and letting the natural flavors do their thing. Think of the Italian coast, the salty air, the gentle waves. That's what we're going for with every bite. Brodetto is more than just fish stew. It's a little piece of history, a tradition passed down through Italian families. It's about getting together with loved ones, sharing stories, and enjoying the simple things in life. What makes Brodetto special is how easy it is. A light, tasty broth full of sweet tomatoes, tangy wine, and a little bit of chili heat. Then lovely flaky fish cooked just right in all those amazing flavors. Let's talk ingredients. They might seem simple, but when you put them together with a bit of love and Italian magic, they become something really special. We'll start with ripe, juicy tomatoes packed with sunshine. Then onions and garlic cooked until golden in good olive oil. A splash of white wine adds a bit of zing, and a pinch of chili flakes brings the heat, and the star of our dish-fresh, firm white fish caught this morning. Now for the fun part, get your hands in there and feel the ingredients. This is where the magic happens. Gently cook your onions and garlic in olive oil until they're soft and smell amazing. Add the tomatoes, squishing them up with your hands. Feel the warmth of the pot, hear the sizzle as the tomatoes release their juices. Pour in the wine and let it bubble. Now, add your fish and a scoop of hot water. Season with salt, pepper, and a pinch of chili flakes. Cover it up and let it simmer. Watch as the broth turns a bright orange red and the smell fills your kitchen. In a little while, your kitchen will smell absolutely incredible. Take off the lid and take a deep breath. The broth should be a beautiful, bright orange red and the fish cooked through and flaky. Carefully spoon the Brodetto into bowls, making sure everyone gets plenty of fish and broth. Now take a bite. Feel the warm broth, taste the sweet tomatoes, the tangy wine, the gentle chili heat. The fish, cooked perfectly, just melts in your mouth, full of all those amazing flavors. Brodetto is best enjoyed with friends and family, around a table full of simple, tasty food. Crusty bread is a must-have, perfect for soaking up every drop of that delicious broth. A simple salad with fresh greens, olive oil and lemon juice is great with the rich stew. And to drink, a nice cold white wine, of course. As you raise your glasses and chat, you'll see that the magic of Brodetto isn't just in the taste, but in the memories you make while enjoying it together.
The sun beams down on the turquoise water. The air is alive with the cries of gulls and the scent of salt. Waves crash gently on the shore. This is the Mediterranean, a place where life moves at a slower pace. Here, food is a celebration of the sea. One dish embodies the essence of this coastal paradise, zuppa di frutti di mare. This is not just a seafood stew. It is a symphony of flavors, a culinary journey into the heart of the ocean. Each ingredient plays a crucial role. Each element harmonizes to create a dish that is both comforting and exhilarating. Imagine yourself transported to a seaside trattoria. The tablecloth is crisp and white. A gentle breeze carries the scent of the sea. You are about to embark on a culinary adventure that will tantalize your taste buds. The heart of zuppa di frutti di mare lies in its fresh seafood. Mussels, with their ebony shells and plump briny flesh. Clams, their delicate shells holding a whisper of the ocean. Prawns, their pink bodies curled, ready to unfurl their sweet, succulent meat. The supporting cast is equally important. Ripe tomatoes bursting with juicy sweetness. Garlic cloves, their pungent aroma a promise of flavor. A splash of white wine adding a touch of acidity. Fresh herbs, their fragrance a verdant counterpoint to the sea. These ingredients are more than just food. They represent the bounty of the sea, the generosity of nature. Choosing the freshest produce is paramount. Seek out seafood that smells of the ocean, firm to the touch. Select tomatoes that are plump and fragrant. Use herbs that are vibrant and full of life. The preparation is a sensory experience in itself. Begin by cleaning the mussels. Scrub their shells with a stiff brush. Remove any beards. Discard any mussels that are open or damaged. Repeat the process with the clams. Peel and devein the prawns. Leave the tails intact for presentation. Chop the tomatoes, crush the garlic, and finally chop the herbs. Your kitchen is now filled with the intoxicating aroma of the sea, mingled with the freshness of herbs and the sharp tang of garlic. Heat olive oil in a large, heavy-bottomed pot. Add the garlic and cook until fragrant, Do not let it brown. Pour in the white wine and allow it to reduce slightly. This will intensify the flavors and create a base for the soup. Section 4. Conducting the culinary orchestra. Add the chopped tomatoes to the pot, simmer until they soften and release their juices. Season with salt, pepper, and a pinch of red pepper flakes for a touch of heat. The aroma in your kitchen is now intoxicating, a symphony of savory scents that will have your mouth watering. Gently slide the seafood into the simmering tomato sauce. Cover the pot and let it cook until the mussels and clams open wide, releasing their flavorful juices into the broth. This should take about 5 to 7 minutes. Discard any shellfish that remain closed. Just before serving, stir in the chopped fresh herbs. This will add a final burst of freshness and aroma to the dish. The soup should be a vibrant tapestry of colors. The red of the tomatoes, the white of the seafood, the green of the herbs. Section 5, A Taste of the Sea. Ladle the steaming zuppa di frutti di mare into warmed bowls. Serve it with crusty bread for dipping into the flavorful broth. A chilled glass of vermentino with its crisp acidity and mineral notes is the perfect accompaniment. As you take your first bite, the flavors explode on your palate. The sweetness of the seafood, the tang of the tomatoes, the subtle heat of the chili flakes, all come together in perfect harmony. This is more than just a meal. It is a sensory experience that evokes the warmth of the sun, the coolness of the sea, the vibrancy of life on the Mediterranean coast. Close your eyes and let the flavors transport you. You are no longer in your kitchen but on the shores of the Mediterranean, the taste of the ocean lingering on your lips.